York's classic rock, Q1043.
Hello.
Hi,
Hello,
Solomon.
hello. Good morning.
Good morning. How y'all doing?
I'm doing great.
You're doing great.
Even though I was on the edge of my seat all yesterday afternoon, I'm doing great. Q104.3's Flight Plan brought to you by Hyundai. There's a joy in every journey. We're so pleased to have Solomon Thomas here with us, fresh off the first in the season win on Sunday in Tennessee. Now that has got to feel real good.
Yes, sir. No, it feels great. It feels great to get the first one of the season. A fun win with the guys on all three sides of the game, to come through and to finish that one out was big. So, it's team building, it's team chemistry building, and you got the dub. So it was huge for us.
And you had your first sack of the season, too. And you
Yes,
managed
sir.
to hold the Titans to just 17 points.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. No. Proud of the defense, proud of the way we played. Definitely know we can still get better. There's a lot of areas in the game where we can improve, and but we're just having fun and we're just getting started. So just trying to build each week, get better week by week, and by the end of the season, be the best that we can.
But, you did have those two big injuries, CJ with a toe problem, but Jermaine Johnson with an Achilles. Have you talked to him?
Definitely, yeah. We were around Jermaine a lot last night, and your heart breaks for Jermaine, for the human and for the player and for the teammate. You never want to see one of your guys go down with that injury, and so when he went down, our heart was broken, just for all of him. It's a long recovery, it's a hard recovery, but Jermaine's gonna be great. He's gonna have a long career. He's gonna come back and be an All-Pro. I have no doubt in my mind how great Jermaine's gonna be.
How does the defense adjust to these injuries?
We have a great depth in our D-line room. You have Mike Clemens step up. You have Will McDonald step up. Braden, you have Braden step up. So we have a lot of great players in our room who are going to step up and do the job. And no one's going to blink. No one's going to flinch. Everyone's going to be ready to go. So I know our group. I know the way we play. I know our mentality. And we're going to have Jermaine's back. We're going to play the way he plays out there for him.
But it's a short week. You're hosting New England at home on Thursday night. I mean, first two games were on the road, now a short week, and your opener is Thursday night against the Patriots. Not a lot of time in between there to make those adjustments.
No, not a lot of time, just like any other Thursday game. It's no different. You have injuries all throughout the season. You lose guys here and there. You just plug somebody in. That's the depth we believe in our room. That's the players we believe in our room. Everyone's ready for that challenge. Thursday night games are tough, no matter what happens, injuries or no injuries. You woke up this morning and I have a game in 3 days. So you gotta get ready to go no matter how you feel. So that's just how it is.
I want to know what happened in the locker room with Braylon Allen. I mean, 20 years old, the youngest in the NFL, and he scores the touchdown. And we saw from ESPN that he is the youngest player to score an offensive touchdown in the NFL since 1950. That's insane. What happened in the locker room?
Oh, no, it's so cool. We gave Braden a round of applause. Coach gave him a shout out as being the youngest player ever to score a touchdown in the league, which is an unbelievable stat and feat. So, we're proud of him, proud of the way he's playing, just proud of the teammate he is. So, excited for him to keep going, but he's just going to start it. But that's really, really cool to be the youngest player in the NFL to ever score a touchdown.
So we learned on Hard Knocks last season that you're a Broadway freak. Is there anything in particular you're looking forward to seeing this year? I saw the New York Times had the whole section about it yesterday.
There's plenty of plays that I have, musicals I have not seen yet, but I'm a big Broadway fan. I love going to see musicals, love going to see the plays. I love the art. I love the creative expression. I just love the art of performing. They perform 8 shows a week. It is unbelievable to me. I take that as playing 8 games a week, and they are nonstop. They adjust, they move on the fly. People are out, they plug people in, just like injuries. And they do. I've seen most shows, the same shows multiple times. It is just as good each time, and just to perform like that, it is just so cool to me. So something that intrigues me, stimulates me, so I love going to see him. But I'm really excited to see The Great Gatsby. I haven't seen Suffs yet. I'm gonna mess up the name of the play, but I think it's like Elephants in Water, something like that. But there's a lot more that I'm trying to go see out there. But I'm super excited.
Well, on the Broadway musical stage, specifically with the musicals, there's a lot of athleticism involved.
Yeah.
Yeah, the dancing is wild, and the choreograph is wild. So it's super fun to watch, and it's like it's talent all over the place. You know, you can watch the main act, but you can look to the side, and you can get a view and peripher the whole vision, and everyone doing the work to make everything come together. You know, every single piece and person matters out there, and when you can see that, it's truly true to appreciate the art.
Well, when you bring your friends, when you bring all these big guys to accompany you to a Broadway theater, do you turn around and apologize to the people sitting behind you right at the beginning before the show starts?
I mean, we do feel bad, but then they also should feel bad how we're fitting in these seats, because the Broadway seats are not very comfortable and they're not cheap.
On a serious note, this is National Suicide Prevention Month, and I know you lost your sister Ella at 24, and then you founded the defensiveline.org. So tell us about that.
Yeah, very, very traumatic and a huge tragedy in my life. I lost my sister in 2018 to suicide. You know, not something I knew much about mental health, not something I paid much attention to or gave much light. And through losing my sister and through my own mental health journey of me suppressing and denying how I felt and my depression and my anxiety and my grief, I got to a dark place myself where I had to find myself and I had to go to therapy to save myself because I didn't want to be here anymore. And I was thankful for my coworkers at the time, my bosses at the time in San Francisco, but was able to get saved and was able to keep going and keep being here. But I learned a lot of things about mental health. I learned how to cope with my emotions. I learned it's okay not to be okay, that getting help is the strongest thing you can do for yourself, and just how there's this huge misconception of mental health in our world. This old archaic mindset that we have to erase and we have to get over. There's people out there struggling, people out there who feel alone for feeling like a human being, and feeling like that they can't get help and they can't get rid of this feeling of being alone, or that their depression is who they are, their anxiety is who they are, and that's not true. So it's important to have these conversations and start them. So in honor of all this, my family and I started the Defensive Line, where our mission is to end the epidemic of youth suicide, especially for young people of color, by transforming the way we communicate and connect over mental health. And we're running suicide prevention programs in colleges and Fortune 500 businesses, in high schools, middle schools, all over the world, all over the country, to make sure that we're teaching mentors, anybody around someone, above someone, anybody who can have an influence on a community or ecosystem, to make sure they know how to have a conversation about mental health, how to ask the right questions, how to look for the warning signs, how to connect with their local resources, to make sure people can get help, and ultimately just create an environment where people feel safe, people feel like they can have a safe place, people feel like they can be vulnerable and tell their feelings and be honest with who they really are.
Well, you can learn more by visiting thedefensiveline.org. You can learn about the organization, and you can also donate. Now, you mentioned your boss in San Francisco. Well, your boss in San Francisco is the same boss that you have now, except there's a little different role between the defensive coordinator and head coach. So what's the change been like? Same guy, different role?
Yeah, no, it's been cool to see Salah progress and climb the ranks. We're proud of him. The work that he's done. He did amazing work in San Francisco, and coming out here, becoming a head coach is a hard job, and he's done it in New York, and he's handled it really well. The way he gets the team's energy going, the way he, creates our DNA as being guys who have love and regard for each other, guys who play right, do the little things right, blocking down the field, all important things that matter a lot to us and that he's instilled in us. So it's been really cool to see him grow and see his journey just keep transcending. So it's been fun.
But is he different at all than the way he was in San Francisco?
He's really the same person. He's just more out. He's just more energetic. He can staple more of his personality out there. So that's been fun. Like, if a defensive coordinator is a defensive coordinator, you can't you have your personality, but like he can, being the head coach, can really put that on the team. And so it's been fun to see that. And just want to continue to see that and continue to see him grow.
Well, when I was watching the game on Sunday, every time there was a close-up of you, I was pointing at the screen and saying, "That's a guy I'm going to talk to this week." And it was exciting. It was an exciting win. And Solomon Thomas, we thank you so much for taking the time to speak with us this morning here on the new radio home of the New York Jets. And we look forward to Thursday night when the Patriots come to MetLife Stadium. So good luck, and let's go Jets.
Jets, Jets, Jets.
Let's go Jets. Thank you all so much for having me.
York's classic rock. Q1043.